What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another season of Discovery Gold Guide. So, in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about the potential of the Waylet supply crates now that they have increased drastically the rewards from them. So, before we dive into that, big thank you for all the support on the season of Discovery Gold Guide. It's been absolutely amazing, and it makes me so happy that you guys are enjoying the Gold Guide. Now, this gold guide is getting updated for every single phase completely for free. So if you already have the gold guide, just know that whenever we get into phase 3, phase 4, etc., I just update the exact same gold guide with the best farms for those phases. And if you want to take a look at it, it's going to be linked down below in the description. Now, you probably know about the changes with the Waylaid supply boxes. They added new rewards when you hit revert. They also increased the reputation and also the gold that you get from handing these boxes in. So that just opens up for a lot of gold potential. I've already made some videos about the various materials that you can farm by handing in these boxes. But also, back before these changes, there was a lot of people when they received these boxes, they would really just vendor them because it would cost too much gold to hand them in. But when you're out gold farming right now, you can get some really, really good boxes that only costs you like 4 or 5 gold to complete, but when you hand in the box, you get 12 gold in return, so it makes sense to hand them in. Not every box is like that though, but if you get the ones that requires very cheap materials, typically the tailoring stuff, then you can make some serious gold. So just keep that on the top of your head. Now, before we talk about the crafts themselves, most of these items, besides a couple, are just basic like plans and recipes that you learn from your profession trainer. There is, however, some that are extremely expensive, like the recipe is expensive. One of them being like the rich purple a silk shirt, very expensive. You can't really go in and specifically farm for it because it's a world drop. But there is other plants that you can make some gold on. An example is, for instance, the massive iron axes, which is one of the rank 4000 reputation boxes. So this bad boy right here is requires you to hand in 2 massive iron axes. Now, in order to craft those, you need to get the plan for massive iron axes, which can only be bought from a vendor in STV. So if you go on the auction house on your realm and you search up the massive iron axe, you'll notice that the plan is extremely, extremely expensive, currently sitting at 5 gold. So you can make some gold by simply just camping the NPC and purchasing it, similar to how we had NPCs in phase 1 that you could camp and buy specific armor items that was like pre-raid bis, etc., and make a lot of gold on that. So just keep that in mind. But crafting these items as well is a great way of making gold. So regardless of which profession you have, as long as you do have a crafting profession or even just something like cooking, you could make a lot of gold. So I'm going to leave this list here down below in the description so you guys can go and take a look at the different boxes and see what you can craft, because it's going to be very realm specific. Sometimes you can go in and you can craft a specific item. You just purchase the materials from the auction house, and then you check the prices of the actual craft, and you can then see if it will profit. Now, a lot of people that has TSM, they can go on to like the TSM crafting, and they can, for instance, look at one of the items needed to hand in, like the green iron bracers is needed for one of the box, and it will tell you that by crafting these bracers, you will lose 25 silver because the materials are going to be more than the actual craft. So the crafting cost is 66 silver, while on the auction house, they're 42 silver. Now, the thing is, with the auction house on Classic, there's a lot of volatility, like the prices go up and down all the time. So sometimes you shouldn't trust it blindly. Same, like the price of materials could be way different, and also the price of the item could be way different. So if you were to check out these bracers, for instance, green iron bracers on the auction house, you can see that there are 46 silver pretty much. and they're not sitting at the last scanned 42 silver. That does make a difference. And also, TSM tells me that my last scan 24 minutes ago, iron bars were 10 silver each. If I go in the auction house and I check out the iron bar, I can see that they are at the moment twice that, sitting at 20 silver each. So I actually don't use TSM crafting because it cannot be trusted enough with the volatility that you have in the different markets in Classic. So I like to just manually check it. So for instance, if I go on this list right here and I look for something to check out, like right now I'm on a blacksmithing tune, so I can go and look at if we have anything fancy that I can actually craft. That would be nice. Like I know there's solid grinding stone, for instance. So if I want to go and craft this solid grinding stone and see if it has a profit on my realm, it's quite simple to just open up my TSM and look at solid grinding stones. So I only need 4 stones and I can craft 1 solid grinding stone. So then going to the auction house right here and just searching up how much is the actual crafted item, sitting at 12 silver each. So that means that the solid stone needs to make sense to purchase. I need 4 of these, right? So it will cost me 8 silver to craft something that I can sell for 12 silver. Obviously, easy gold. Also, when you hand in the solid grinding stones, people won't buy just one. They will buy the amount that they need to hand in the supply box. So you can see I'm selling a bunch of them, and people buy them usually 4 at a time, depending on how many you need. Like the iron axes, you need 2 at a time. So you will always notice how you're selling 2 at a time. So you can make a shit ton of gold doing this, like heaps of gold. If I did crafting, I would have so much more gold than I'm currently sitting at 3.3k. But it's a seasonal game, seasonal discovery, and let's face it, I'm never gonna be able to spend all the gold that I am making in seasonal discovery. So I prefer to be out in the open world and actually grinding mobs and killing shit and the thrill of the hunt with the RNG, rather than sitting on the auction house to make gold that I'm not going to be able to spend anyways. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a lot of fun to make gold. It's just I prefer RNG farms, hunting for that specific blue item, epic item, BWs in general. So lots of ways to make gold with the supply boxes. I'm going to leave the list down below in the description so you guys can take a look at it with the profession that you have. And even if you don't have a profession, like everyone can pick up cooking. If you don't have cooking, if you cannot be arsed with professions, you can still make a lot of gold by simply just looking at which materials are required to craft the different items and then go and farm those materials. Already have a video about that on my channel, so make sure to go and check that out. Now, I do have a bunch of seasonal discovery videos planned, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you want to see those. And of course, don't forget to check out the complete gold guide for Season of Discovery, link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.